Today we have two very important things to talk about. I pray for strength to be able to talk about this. I pray for strength. All right, now let us go into action. Now you will realize that so many things are happening in this country. Over the weekend, you heard that some group was trying to secede. In other words, break away from Ghana and become known as the Western Togoland. Now the leader of this group is Mr. Charles Kwame Kujoji. He's an 85-year-old man. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations to an 85-year-old man who is still very active. How many 85-year-old men and women do we see still actively running around the length and breadth of this country, doing their own thing? Now, I would like to look at it into detail. Now, these people are claiming some portions of the Upper East region. They are also claiming some portions of the Northern region. And some such regions, they claim, are all part of the so-called Western Togoland. This is not the first time we are hearing about people trying to secede or break away from their mother countries. It happened in Sudan. Today we have South Sudan. Now it happened in such other places that are still struggling to break away from their mother countries. One such country is Nigeria. Remember the Biafran Republic. Remember Kano and his people all fighting in order to be able to break away from Nigeria. And every time they have a reason for trying to break away, my brother, my sister, I would like to take you through a short journey of history. Now, when the OAU was formed, and remember I said OAU, when Kwame Nkrumah and Haile Selassie sat down and thought about this OAU thing, Organization of African Unity, they decided to meet in Addis Ababa, Haile Selassie's country, and the first OAU conference happened there on the 25th day of May in 1963. At that time, only 26 African countries were independent or were existing as democratic countries or free countries. Now the next meeting happened in 1965, and this time around, it happened in Accra. And Kwame Nkrumah was the man who sat over these meetings as the chairman and the host. Now from 26 countries 2 years back, they now rose all the way to over 50 countries. And Kwame Nkrumah was worried about one thing at that time: fragmentation. Kwame Nkrumah was not interested in fragmentation. What he was interested in was unionism. In other words, people coming together in a union, in a big lump, because he believed that together we stand and divided we fall. Kwame Nkrumah was too worried about some isms and schisms. Number one, Kwame Nkrumah was so sad about revisionism. One. Number two, he was very worried about another thing apart from revisionism. He also was talking about fragmentalism. Revisionism, fragmentalism, and gradualism. My God have mercy. Nkrumah spoke to these people, and he was looking for a union government in 1965, so that Africa would all come together. He was worried about the fast rate in which Africa was fragmented. Today, after so many countries in Africa, we still want to divide Africa into several other fragments. It is so sad that our people still cannot come together. What Kwame Nkrumah prophesied several years ago, Kwame Nkrumah said, revisionism plus gradualism is equivalent to colonialism. When people come together trying to break history and rewrite history to suit them, then that is when we lose our history. That is when we break down our strong foundations and become a mediocre country. Revisionism, gradualism, something that we can do right now. You are waiting until your grandson becomes 100 years to come out and do it. When is that thing ever going to be done? Look how people are intentionally trying to revise history. And history is not revisable. History is like a document that is sacred. You don't revise history, never. Because when something happens, it happens. When something happened in the north, it happened in the north. There's no way you can ever revise it and say it happened in the south or it happened in the northeast. North is north. Northeast is northeast. Kwame Nkrumah warned against revisionism. He warned against gradualism and warned against fragmentalism. Today, all these things are happening amongst us. The other day I heard a man say that, oh, Kwame Nkrumah was not Ghanaian. And that Kwame Nkrumah was somebody who never even had a certificate. The other day, Paul Adumochi also said Nkrumah never even won any election in Ghana. My God. In fact, he was taken to the laundry and washed clean and dry. I don't know if he came back to apologize for that revisionist mentality. But whether you like a man or not, when they achieve, they achieve. You can never take the achievement of one man and try to subvert it to another person. You might try, but it won't work because history is not neutral. History is very true to its word and it will stay like that. Now, for the people in the Volta region, in fact, the few people in the Volta region who think that they should have Western Togoland because Nkrumah promised a union, whatever, and whatever did not happen. My brother, my sister, with all respect, I need you to think about this thing again. The devil has taken over your brains. The devil is the one who is inviting you to do this. First and foremost, as a country, we are supposed to be united. We have had a president who came from that area, President J.J. Rawlings. We have had great people come from that area that wants to be called Western Togoland right now, who contributed immensely to the development of this country. Why do you want to break away and go and start afresh when you can come together and build to the top? My God. Afro Bede was from that area. Badema. Rawlings from the same area. Some of the best friends of Ghana, in fact, came from the Volta region. So when I sit back and look at some of these things, water run down eye face. 85-year-old man. This is the time the man should have been retired about 25 years back. Resting in peace and giving sound advice to the youth. But this is the time he's actively involved in trying to succeed. In other words, break away from the rest of Ghana and make Ghana something else. Now I want to ask the lawyers. Somewhere in May, the same Mr. Charles Kwame Kujoji was arrested with some other people and they were granted bail for this same offense leading to treason. But they were granted bail. Now they have come back again to announce that they are not part of Ghana and that they will not even vote in the referendum because they are not Ghanaians. They are West Togolese, or better still, Western Togolese people. What a shame. What has Ghana done to you? What has Ghana done to you? It's the same fight that has been going on in Nigeria amongst the Biafrans. The same fight went on amongst the Sudanese people. And today Sudan is worse than a war zone. Today no tourist wants to go to Sudan. Even if you hate your life and hate yourself so much, Sudan will not be your top priority place of visit. Is that the same thing you want for this country? Nkrumah warned you since 1965. He said it. Move away from revisionism. And today, this government in power is more than a revisionist government. He said, move away from gradualism. My God, these are the same people who are as gradual and as dormant and as hypothyroidic. My God, just like the snail. He also warned against fragmentalism. Today, we see so many people in the Volta region trying to be part. Well, a word to the whites is enough. I will say, and I will continue to admonish you, and I will plead with you to bring reason to the table. Together we stand, divided we fall. Well, I dash away that I want to look at the next issue. Atiwa forest. What is happening there? They say some Sino, whatever from China is bringing 2 billion. And for that matter, they want to take up the place and then mine bauxite and use it. So many people have argued that yes, we need the money, we need to be able to develop our land, but we don't need to rob Peter to pay Paul. Why is Blakk Rasta saying that? When you go into the Atiwa forest, you're going to break and pollute the area. A place that is a watershed for so many different millions of people around the area and beyond. You want to deny them of their goodies. All in the name of mining to make money and do what with the money? And I've heard that some American actors are even showing interest in this issue and are pleading with the government of Ghana to please not destroy the Atiwa forest. The government of Ghana has spoken. Oh, we'll find a way of doing it so that we will not destroy the place that much, and we'll even plant trees. Oh my God. The trees you're going to plant, some of them will take 50 years like the rosewood to grow. Some of them would even take 100 years to grow into maturity. By what time all these old men in power who are taking the decisions would have long been dead and buried. Maybe their sons and daughters would have been buried. Rosewood takes 50 years to mature. You want to sell out the Atiwa forest to Chinese to give you 2 billion. How many days do you spend the 2 billion? How many days do you spend that 2 billion? Now you want Chinese people to give you that and come destroy the forest, and that after that they will plant trees and some other things. And I'm saying those trees, some of them take as long as 100 years to grow, 50 years to grow, like in the case of rosewood. Some of those trees there, now if the ecology people have not told you, they are endangered fauna species. They are only found in that area, no other place in the world. What is the guarantee that those same plants will grow again? Remember that those plants were not grown by you. None of you or your ancestors put any seed there to grow. All those trees were given to us pro bono. Today, if you say you are going to ransack the whole area all in the name of bauxite, what a greedy government. What a greedy people. This is what you want to do. And you claim that you plant trees. And that how many years is it going to take to restore the place to normal? By what time you would have been dead, your ghost would have been long dead, your children would have been long dead, all because of your egotistical ends. My brother, my sister, how much money did they use in any way to deal with the banks, to collapse the banks? It looks like in Ghana, we all look for money to destroy. They looked for money in the name of collapsing the banks. And they spend more money than what they are looking for from China to come and deal and destroy the Atiwa forest. My brother, my sister, let us fight for our generation. I keep saying this time and again. And many are those who claim they will not understand. If you vote all men into power, if you vote all women into power, you will have them sleeping for 8 hours in a meeting that is supposed to last for 9 hours. You will have them fall asleep for 2 hours in a meeting that is supposed to last for 2 hours, 30 minutes. You would have them sleeping throughout the day because naturally they are tired and they must rest. This is what some people say they don't understand. This is what some people say we are so disrespectful to old people. If you truly care and love old people, this is the time for you to respect them enough and let them rest after saying thank you for everything they have done in their prime. The fact that you love an old man, you should let this old man or old woman rest in glory. And you, being a younger person, take on the reins of the country and glorify the good works of the old man. It's like a relay race. The old man started, got to a certain point, he got weak and tired, he got to rest. Then you, a young man, you continue. One day you would also get old and pass on the relay stick, the baton. That's how it is. We all will grow old someday. But when you live in a country where people are so mediocre in their thinking, when people believe that when you speak about old men that you are insulting them, then you are in trouble. You voted Nana Addo into power. King Sleeper would sleep day in and day out, and we can't talk about it because we are all scared, because we all must claim to respect old men and women. Yet the country is sinking. Yet the country is sinking. Year of return. How many people have returned? They only come in like tourists and then they go back because there is nothing to stay on for. If you are inviting a stranger in, make sure you have spare rooms. It's a proverb. If you are inviting strangers into the country, I beg your pardon, make sure you have spare rooms. Apart from spare rooms, make sure that you have food. Year of return. Many have come and they all left. Show me 2 people who returned and stayed. My brother, my sister, I would like to plead to the government in power and to the people of Ghana. It is most important and it behoves on us to be able to sit back and respect our country first. Even Donald Trump, who is in America, says America first. And you can't kill him. He says America first, whether you like it or not. Yet it looks like in our country, it is something else first. Our parties in power. Think about it. Do not wait until foreigners come here and tell you don't do this before you eat. Remember what Nkrumah said. I'll leave you with that. Revisionism, gradualism, fragmentalism, they all are the grandsons of colonialism. Think about that. If you are a true Pan-Africanist, if you truly care about this beautiful country, don't fragment it. If you are a true African and you love this country, please don't revise our history. If you are a true African and you love this country, please, for the sake of God, don't delay or make gradual or tarry our development. I thank you. It's been the Black Pot. My name Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much for listening. Do catch me again tomorrow, same time, when we do the same wonderful thing, the Black Pot, on 102.1 in Living Stereo. Kwame Nkrumah leaves.
Proud of Kwame Nkrumah.
Here's the cool Africa. Lord God have mercy.